They say that knowledge is power, but we say only if you know where to get it. We are the Council, and welcome to the Gossup, where we bring the whispers, the facts, and the stories that matter. Stay locked in. Welcome, everybody, to the Gossup. Welcome. That's right. And as you guys can see, well, I'll say for the people who will be viewing all of our episodes, you'll notice from time to time we have business people that will have business projects and stuff that they are, dedicated to do, and they go missing in action. But today, she's back.
I'm back.
So, yep, Charlisa is back. And Tammy, she held your seat down.
That's right.
Because we had a guest that actually came to the studio on that day who we hadn't seen. And I'm talking about since last year.
Really?
And so she came and I was like, well, hey, you want to sit in here at the Gossup? Our girl is gone. She's busy. It was Juneteenth. I know you had a
They was trying to give my spot away already. See how the pigmented humans do.
That's right.
Well,
musical chairs, I had been moved over.
Well, Tammy took your seat.
So I was like, oh, this seat feel good. I'm going to sit right here.
But
Actually,
we want to
I was
say
like,
thanks
no,
to
I want that
Leslie, because Leslie, you did hold it down,
She
and
did.
so it was really, really good. We had a really good time. But hey, share what you been doing on Juneteenth,
Welcome
because
back,
we was here.
welcome back.
That's right.
Yeah.
We was here on Juneteenth.
I know. And I was working my tail off. I was slaving on Juneteenth, even though we were free. No, excuse me. We produce the Rooted and Radiant brunch every year for the Minnesota Black Collective Foundation.
Oh, wow.
Which is really, really amazing foundation.
Cheers.
Yes, here in Minnesota. Brilliant Black-led change that not just focus on Minnesota, but nation and globally.
Wow.
Honestly. And so they produce this really beautiful brunch, and they have brought us on every year to be the lead designers of it and do a lot of curation throughout the event for them. That's what we did. And it's some of the Black elites from throughout the state come and join. And it's during the day. It's a brunch from 11 to 3. And it's just a time for them to kick back, let their hair down, especially for those who are leading in our communities throughout the Twin Cities.
That's
and in
right.
the corporate world. For them, it's this. For them to be amongst their peers. And just let their hair down in a space that's designed intentionally just for us. To just be totally free, talk how you want, sing, dance, eat what we want, and really chill and enjoy each other. So they dancing, eating, laying outside. We create outdoor spaces for them, and then it's indoors as well. So really, really beautiful event.
Invite us next time.
Y'all see, she ain't want us to come. She ain't invited us and said nothing. But that's okay. That's okay.
Things and they don't come.
I know, it was Juneteenth.
It was
You would invite, a
That's
sister to be part of our culturally thing that was
But
going
next
on
year
that
we'll
day.
have to go live from there. I think that can happen. It would be really, really great.
That would
so
be
anyway,
good.
It was a really beautiful event. And, again, we did all the setup. We created, and next time I'll share some pictures, but we created this beautiful entry, which led them to this beautiful sculpture of a Black woman rising up out of the water.
Wow.
And it was a fountain that we created in this space. and it was a black woman rising out, and her hair was flowers and greenery.
yeah.
And so just
Oh
this
my
really
goodness.
That
beautiful
sounds
crown.
beautiful.
Yeah, and she was like, it was like a 7-foot tall
Wow.
statue, basically. And
Did you get any pics?
Yeah, I haven't
Okay.
received them all yet. We're still waiting for
Oh,
the
okay.
photographer, but I do have a few pics. But I'll make sure.
Yeah, we'd
To
have
show
to
'em.
show our viewers.
Yeah,
That would
so-
be really, really good.
We do these really crazy installations. We think outside the box and very intentional for all of our clients. So it was a great event. And then we were tired. I was exhausted.
I know
A
you
lot
was.
goes into
That's a lot of
not
work.
only producing it, but all the staging work and then striking. It's beautiful, but then afterward, it's
Yeah, you got to
work.
do the
It's a lot of
takedown
work.
and all of that. And, ooh.
So I was exhausted. We was not gonna make it here. I'm driving 26-foot trucks, and we're pulling all the stuff out and everything. So I missed being here, but
No,
I
she
also enjoyed being amongst
Well,
our people.
you know, she ain't miss being here because you got to pay the cost to be the boss.
Yeah.
So all of that stuff you did, we ain't making no money here at the Gossup, so just saying.
it was wonderful.
She,
And I have really
she
great
did her big
clients.
one.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
congratulations.
That sounds
That's awesome. We
Yeah.
definitely gonna have to see some of them good pictures. She does a phenomenal job. And so hats off to Charlisa. That's right.
I got another story. I'll tell that later.
Okay,
That's out there, and
okay.
We talking about relationships and stuff.
Oh,
it's gonna be
wow.
Okay.
Juicy. Woo. We gonna get some tea today.
juicy. Juicy. All kind of tea.
Ooh, wee.
You know, that's all we do is talk about relationships. So we can skip one of these stories. I mean,
If it's
well, Tammy,
juicy
what's
like
been
that.
I know what's been going on with you, girl.
Oh my gosh, just working on a project that's taking up all of my time. Been staying up 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, trying to make sure I get everything done. I'm a perfectionist, so it's like one little thing that's wrong, I got to do this over. So it's taking much longer than I would like, but thank God that I'm kind of was graced to have this little extra time due to a sheet of paper. I sure appreciate it. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing, and work is almost coming to an end for me on Monday, so then I can enjoy the rest of the summer from there.
Wow.
So yeah.
Well, that's good. That's good. And
What about you?
hey, I've been working, of course, and I also have a story that I'm not gonna share because
I need you
I'll
to
be
share.
sharing that on another note. No, seriously, I'll be
Oh.
sharing that on another note. Juneteenth went really, really well, and I was relaxing. But the next day, I woke up, and I don't even want to get into it. But we'll talk about that some other time. I will be sharing that. I am going live on Instagram as well. Hey, phone, how are you? That's all we see, y'all, is the phone. Because we just getting started. So we keeping everything copacetic.
Yeah.
For those that y'all don't understand what copacetic is, we keeping it real. We keeping it
Break
so
it down.
real. We gonna talk about our top story of today.
What is it?
Glasses so I
Yep.
can see.
Yep. So our top story for today, normally, we talk about things that are in the news, but we ain't talking about all that mess.
All
So we are talking about online dating. What y'all think about that? So
I got lots of thoughts.
okay, so they say that nearly 2/3 of adults age 18 to 19, those are the people that mostly use the dating app. I'm saying mostly.
23%.
23%, 20, yeah. nearly 23rd of adults, ages from 18 to 29.
Okay.
Oh.
So they're saying
That's why I can't get nobody online.
well, they're saying that everybody don't use dating apps. So this is according
I
to
don't.
the good old internet, allegedly. Okay, I want to put that. I want to throw that out there. They say that it is becoming a increasingly popular thing amongst the humans of today, but people still haven't grasped the idea of just meeting people online, people that they don't know. And plus they've been hearing horror stories from people that have dated online. But they say that singles are increasingly wanting to be upfront. So I'm thinking that in the past, maybe the dating app had got so popular that you got some of these other people on there that ain't even thinking about dating. They thinking about hooking up.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, so they're saying that
married men
the
be on
people are saying that now with I guess truth telling, and people don't want to get out there and be put on blast, that people are more upfront and intentional. They're seeking long-term relationships. They are looking for genuine people to find a genuine connection with. They're looking for people that share the same values, like politics and hobbies and whatnot. They also say that more men are on those dating apps reportedly than women. They also say that the LGBT.
What, they looking for other men?
Well,
That's what I thought.
sorry, Lisa. They also say that the BQIA plus, okay, and Z community are more likely. Now I don't know about no Z, but
I'm like,
she just talking. But are more likely to be on the dating app, and they're saying that they want to share the same values. They want to seek the same types of partners that you would in as a traditional connection. You know, not just scrolling, connect. However, the numbers are really, really low because they're saying 23rd or 23 or 20 out of 100, 23% of people, adults, is using dating apps. So that's a huge amount of other people that aren't using dating apps. So what are y'all thoughts on that?
You know, I have honestly tried. I have really tried to use dating apps. It is not successful for me because I'm such a personable person.
Have you dated and went on dates?
I have met 2 people.
Okay.
And went on dates, but most of them, when I've been on the apps, they're all just trying to get some. It just feels like to me, it's just really about hookups. I haven't found any sites that would felt genuine to me. They just all felt like hookup sites, a bunch of married men.
Did you go on the Christian one?
Oh, girl. Those are the worst ones to probably go on.
Oh, my goodness.
The worst.
Lord, help us.
The worst.
Christian site.
Yeah, please.
Hey,
Actually,
maybe
even
you
if I
say-
see you in person, the first thing you tell me is I'm saved. I'm like, move away from me. You know, because anyway,
I love God.
That's the whole. I'm
a woman of God.
I love God, but that don't lead with that for me. Because if that's what you have to lead with, like I want to
Right.
see the fruit of that. I should be able to see that within you by just communing with you, talking, that type
Right.
of stuff.
That's
but if
true.
you have to just straight out the gate, then I'm like, just like if someone wants to rent from me, and that's the first thing they talk about is when they call you on the phone, hi sis, this is such and such. Praise God. Click, because you're not gonna pay your rent. I already know. I'm gonna have some issues.
You said
out
you
of
already
you.
praising them
Yeah,
for you.
you praising them, you believing, you gonna be like, I'm praying for the rent, all
that
the
you're gonna
stuff.
be able to
Anyway,
pay this.
but back on the relationship,
something
it's what it is. Like if you lead from that with me at this big age, I'm like, nope, I don't learn already. I want to see it in real life. But so for me, I am very personable. I feel like if I'm online, it feels like texting to me. I don't like to text.
Yeah.
That's like the
Either.
worst
I'm not a
communication
phone
mode.
person.
Yes.
Oh my god.
And I like to see you face to face. Now I can, probably do it initially, maybe just 1 week, but beyond that, I'm done. I'm already bored with it. I don't tune you out. Like it's too much work in that way, and I'm too personable. So online dating hasn't worked for me. And I feel like you can do a lot of hiding on online because anybody can create these scenarios about themselves. You're always the goal is to always put your best foot forward and look your best and all of that. So, but I mean, nowadays, like some of these sites, I mean, they're just on there with no clothes on, the men already. So you just already know. It's just like, nah. I don't know. I don't do it. I don't like it. But I know a lot of people who have been very successful, who have been married from online dating, and they have successful marriages.
Yeah.
So, and I'm always like, okay, I'm gonna try it again. And then I'm just like, because it seems like, and maybe it's because I'm not paying for sites, but I've paid for 2 sites. I can't do it. Like I said, for me, maybe it's that high level ADHD. I get bored real fast with it. And it feels like I'm texting, and I don't like that. And I'm sociable. I want to interact in person.
Yeah.
All of that. So yeah, no, it hasn't worked for me. I have had 2 dates with online dating, and we went out multiple times, that kind of thing. But then they be married or something. You find out.
Oh my goodness.
So it doesn't work for me.
Oh, well.
Or hasn't. But I always will, maybe give it another try. But I'm too personable. But it does open up the field for you to meet a ton of other people.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about it. I think it has the ability to expand your horizon, expand beyond your city, state, or country.
That's true.
So I like all of that because, I travel, so I don't mind meeting people other places and all of that. But I just feel like it doesn't, either not who they're saying they are. They could be catfishing sometimes. Or they just want some booty, and that's just what it be. And I'd rather you just to say that up front or something.
Goodness.
Or it just starts out like that, period. Some of them just instantly, like, just trying to get an instant hookup that night.
Right.
I'd be like, are you?
I know.
Who's
They be
doing
like,
that? People are. Obviously, they're doing it.
They doing it. Like I said, it's a hookup thing.
It is a hook up.
It can
STD
go
fest.
both, right? It can go both ways. I remember when I was doing the dating site, because at first, when I was on there at first, it wasn't like I was really looking for anyone. It was more or less like, it's 7 days out of the week. Let's see if I can find somebody to take me out to eat at least 3 of them.
Oh my goodness.
At least 3 or 4 of them 7 days. Let's see if I can get me a free meal.
Oh my
Free
goodness.
I mean, let's keep it real.
Thank you for your transparency.
Let me write that note.
Right. So I will say, like I said, all of that glam glare is not everything is not real. But also, I remember I met this guy, and he lived in another state. So he's like, hey, I'll fly you down or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, look, I'm coming, but, I'm coming to get to know you. It's not, you know what I'm saying, we go be feeling and dabbing around kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, a girl got some respect for herself.
That's
so
right.
I'm letting you know of a pan. So if that's not what you're looking for, what if your expectations are something different, please don't. You know what I'm saying? Send for me. All right. He was like, oh, okay, that's fine. Blah, blah, blah. Cool. So he was like, hey, had his own little, I think he had like a little business or something going. And, he's like, okay, so I'm going to pick you up. I have this like Cadillac Escalade is white, and all, I'm looking at this picture or whatever. So when I get there, I was like, okay, see this Cadillac Escalade is like kind of old, like it has some miles on it.
It's an old pimp.
Right. And then this guy, he was like this big guy. I'm like, whoa, this is not who is on this picture. Ooh, baby. But I'm like, hey, I'm here. I'm going to try to, make the best of it. He had it, when I got there, he had like night clothes and stuff and all that kind of stuff, because my flight was like delayed, so I ended up making it there that morning when I was supposed to make it there that night. And I'm like, I'm tired, so cook breakfast and stuff at 8 and all that stuff, so night clothes or whatever, so he had a little gown and stuff. I'm like, okay, put this on, blah blah blah, cool. But I noticed like a little bit later as things kind of get going, he get to talking about the sex stuff. I'm like, no, this is not what I came here to do. And it looked like he had like a little attitude too about it. I'm like, ooh, I don't care, but I'm in this area where I have family in this area, so however it's gonna kick off, you know what I'm saying? If you want to act stupid and foolish or whatever, I can just always call my fam and somebody will come and pick me up. So I'm good. Right, yes. But honey, he had an attitude. He didn't even really was talking to me. I'm like, that's cool. I'm all right with that. As long as you just get me back to this airport and let me get home, I'm cool. So yeah, that part happened. And then I also had where I met this guy. He was, like I said, I explained what I'm looking for right off. Not gonna be that kind of thing. And he was actually a Kappa, and they was having like this little ball. He invited me to this ball. We drove down there, and we stayed in the hotel and all that. It wasn't that, you know what I'm saying? It was like, oh, okay, you know what I'm saying? I can respect that. Like, hey, you going that way? No, that's not what I mean. Okay, you can respect me. Okay, cool. So he and I actually started dating, for a while. So, like I said, it can actually turn out to be something that's, really good. He was like a really nice guy, had a good head on his shoulders. He was an engineer. A very great guy. So, it could be where you can actually find someone on there. But like I said, you also have those people that are just out to see what they can get too. So I guess you have to be careful.
Wow.
Yeah.
Woo. Yeah. I'm kind of old school, so I know people though. I know personally, I know a person who actually I know a couple of people who met people on the dating apps. They got married. They're still together even to this day. And so it does work.
It does.
For some people. So 23% of people. So I guess they want to rev them numbers up. So I don't have a negative thing to say. I think that where you find love is where you find love, and if you don't put yourself out there to find love, then I don't think you would even have a reason to even comment or talk, because you're not putting yourself out there, know. So we have some ladies on this stage here that have tried dating apps, and one is saying it works. It can work because she's married and she didn't meet her husband on a date night.
No.
But the other is saying that she tried it, but it wasn't her thing yet. Okay, it wasn't her thing yet. But you have a story that you have to tell, so I don't think you'll be going on many dating apps. So yeah, but we want the comments from you guys to hear what your thoughts are. Have you ever went on a dating app and had a date? Was it successful? Because here at the Gossup, we do this crushing segment, and we want y'all to call in because we want to help y'all find love. So it's not a dating app, but it's a dating service. And we'll get back to that later.
Just stay tuned.
And speaking of love, we want to talk about relationship news.
All
ladies.
right, all right.
Well, today's couple we want to share with you guys is none other than Sierra and Russell Wilson.
Yay.
Russell.
Now, this couple, when I was doing research on them, I was really impressed to hear some of the stuff that, I found out about both Russell and Sierra. Sierra, of course, is a Grammy award-winning singer. She's a songwriter. She's a dancer. She's a model. She's an actress. She also does a little, she has some missions that she's doing or what. Oh, yeah, right. Yep. That she does. And our boy Russell is the all-star, all-American Super Bowl champion. And he actually was in the news lately. This was actually a few days ago about his contract. So he was traded over to the Broncos, and in his contract, he asked for a cool $350 million, and he wanted that to be a fully guaranteed contract because a lot of these athletes, if you guys don't know, they get these big contracts, and if they get traded, those contracts, they don't get all of the money for what the offer is. Right. And so that was what he was asking for, and I believe he deserved it. But he's
been burned a couple times.
He's been burned. That's right.
Older.
And he didn't receive it. However, he did receive, well, it was a 7-year, $350 million guarantee, but he did receive a $245 million 5-year contract. Okay. So, hopefully, I'm saying that he ride out that 5 year, because he has always appeared to be a great guy. I mean, we don't know what happens in between, life's ups and downs, but him and Sierra met in 2015. They got married in 2016 in July. All right. And they knew that, hey, they knew that they was in love with one another. It don't take that long. That's right. It don't take that long.
And he had been in love for a long time.
That's right. And also, so they got married in July of 2016. They have 4 kids, blended family, because she also had a son. And they are the co-founders of a production company that's called Why Not You Productions, where they create content for films, television, digital platforms. The one thing that people may not know about an unknown fun fact about this couple is that they chose to stay celibate during their dating period before they got married.
Awesome.
What y'all think about them?
That's great.
Nice. That's beautiful. It
is.
Yeah. My husband and I, we did the same thing until we got married. Oh yeah, that's awesome.
It's a beautiful thing. So what do y'all say about Sierra? She's always been she's
superstar.
Such a superstar. And classy. People have, and we ain't talking down, but in, the world, you hear a lot of crazy crap that goes on in celebrity news and whatnot, but she has held her own. She has been such a great role model for African American women. I know she did have a relationship with somebody that I'm not naming because she's married to Russell. And there was some stuff going back and forth because he got a lot of kids by a lot of people. And so when her and Russell got married, there was said to be, and I don't know if this is true, that there had said to be some jealousy amongst him, thinking that he didn't want his son to be, he wanted his son to know that ain't your dad. You know how that happens and whatnot. And but Russell was a gentleman all throughout, so hats off to Sierra and Russell Wilson. I hope that you get that 5-year. And
he got that. He signed his
I
name
hope
on
he
the dotted
continue
line.
the 5 years. I hope that he reaches that gold and don't get traded to any other team. And that was actually exposed because it was exposed to the public because people really weren't supposed to know that information. And now, they have this big thing going back and forth about whether or not teams are doing one thing for quarterbacks and all this other stuff as it is concerning Russell Wilson. So I'm really happy that they're doing well.
They are. I went to see Sierra last. Right. I mean, we went to Chicago with her. It was her and was it
Ludacris?
Yeah, Ludacris. And gosh, look, I forgot. Oh my goodness, It was Missy Elliott.
Oh
too.
yes.
Missy Elliott.
Yes,
it was great.
It was a bomb concert because I wanted to see it when it was in Vegas.
Yes,
bomb concert.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she is a star all by herself.
She's
a star all by herself.
She is.
They are a beautiful couple, and what I really love, really about Russell, is that you didn't hear a lot of crazy talk about him throughout his career.
That's true.
He's been on the up and up as a young role model, as a young black male role model, who's played the game fairly, no matter what people think or whatever. But you never heard a lot of controversy around him as a player.
Nope.
His antics on and off the field. And just to hear that they remain celibate in the type of roles and industries that they're in.
Yeah.
That says a whole lot.
It does. It really does. It speaks to their discipline.
Yeah.
And their willingness to wait for each other.
Yeah. And just how much the power of their love for each other, the way how much they really admire each other beyond all the things. Because it could have been just a fetish or fantasy for him, because he's probably watched her all these years doing her thing on the stage, like a lot of men have, and they have fantasies and all of that. And and she's probably had that before. She's had men who were in love and fantasize about her. They get her and then they're done. Right. After that, which happens whether you're a celebrity or not. But and the same thing with him. He has women that was after him.
That's right.
He's a very handsome man.
He is.
But women who were after him for his coins and because of who he is in the industry.
Clout.
After that clout. And so here she's bringing her own, he's bringing his own, and they're meshing it together. So to give them that time in between to say, nope, this is real. I'm not with you just for this.
That's right.
That we're building. I mean, that says a whole lot about their character.
It does. It does.
Especially in such sex-driven industries.
Right. They can't say, I didn't marry you for your cooking. You know what I'm saying? So, can't say that.
That's
right.
Yeah, I think that was really good. I didn't know that, but they're a beautiful couple, and just him honoring and loving their son.
That's right.
His stepson.
That's right.
The way that he does, because it's his son. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
And that he honors that young man, and that child probably is closer to him.
Well, that was part of the
yeah,
the
and
deal.
you would be jealous.
Yeah.
You would be jealous
Yeah.
if you don't do what you're supposed to
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
And
Somebody
you're
else stepped into
insecure
the-
and immature, and then this man stepped in
play,
and
right.
took your place
That's
all
right.
together. The place that you didn't want.
Right. Until
You
you,
know.
stepped in. And now you
it's
want
valuable.
Wow.
And you got my leftover. Oh no, she came up. Like her whole value came up being
Exactly.
aligned with this man.
That's right.
You know, they both of their values shot
Rose
up.
up. Yeah.
Exactly.
Because they were equally yoked together. You brought her down.
This is going to be Cardi B and Stefan's sister pretty soon.
Maybe.
You know? Maybe, baby.
Wait, Cardi B is
She got
with
some growing up to do.
who is Cardi
She
B
has
with?
some, I don't know. I
Stefan
think it's,
Diggs.
he's
Oh,
is
that
he a
is
football
right.
player?
Okay.
NFL player?
Oh,
She has some growing up to do
He got
still.
some growing up to do.
And he probably, I don't know anything about him. I really don't know Cardi. I just know that I feel like she still has some growing up to do.
Yeah, they might.
And you know, they might can grow together.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know because I wasn't there. But
We
you know,
always there 'cause they
Cardi
play it
B and
online.
Offset, they had such a back and forth because
They like
good old Cardi B don't mind going on that good old internet telling their business.
loves it.
But you know what though? From what I remember, from back when they were together and they were going through their time. Let me be quiet because I wasn't there, so I don't know. But it seemed to me that she was, loyal to him. So I don't know if that was the case because, like I said, I wasn't there. But it appeared to be that, she loved him. She wanted her family, and Offset, he loved her, so I'm not, I'm giving you
Right,
your
but he
props
just-
too, Offset.
but he just wanted
but I
other-
do know that you had some kids outside of that, and just because Cardi B was a stripper in the past, people kind of give that a negative connotation. But if we dig into everybody else's past of the stuff that y'all had to do to make it,
Exactly.
or to survive, or some things that you did that were, that people can look up on and say some things. But we ain't talking about that
But like
part.
I said, if that's something that you have to do in order to survive, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Just because you're a stripper don't mean that you sleeping with every Tom, Dick, and Harry, and
Well,
Joe, and
I'm
Larry that it is. So I don't know why people try to put a face on people just like, oh, she used to be a stripper, like she's like that person is some type of demon or a disgrace to society. It's a lot of things that people do that they're not a stripper, but they do the same thing that stripper does, and you feel like it's okay then. So what's the difference? You know what I'm saying? So don't be trying to put no face or downgrade someone else because of what they're doing, and it's the same thing that you're doing behind closed doors, So I mean, it's no different. So it's not like who are we to judge other people? We that's not for us to do.
Yeah. So, it really, for me, at the end of the day, my hope is that, Cardi has matured enough that she's not playing tit for tat. Because I know he's in a new relationship now, too. And then she's in her relationship. And, they're not just trying to outdo each other in these relationships and, one up the other. Because it's not fair to the new people in those relationships. And maybe they want the clout chase, too. So maybe that might be it. But it's all that going back and forth, the tit for tat. People can see that through that if that's what's happening.
Yeah.
And I hope that's not. I hope that she's matured and that this is real for her. And even if it's not real for her, that she's enjoying this transition for herself at this time. Are they divorced?
I think they're divorced.
Okay.
Right. Because
I don't know. Okay.
I remember seeing. I think they are. Because if I'm not mistaken, I just seen on the internet where Offset was kind of like talking or whatever, and he was just saying that he's jealous because she has this other guy,
That makes more money than him,
Right,
maybe.
right. Yeah, so he's a little, he was like, he is jealous or whatever about it, but it seems like he was saying that he's gonna kind of, go with the flow and just kind of let everything go or whatever.
Well, Cardi B must have been a really good woman to him. So that's what
she allowed him to do.
Well,
everything
we
he
don't
wanted
know
to
all
to
that.
a degree.
So
right,
we
he want
gon-
another
we-
chance. He was like, if he can get another chance,
With her.
he want it. You
He
know
want
what I'm
that
saying?
chance
He
with
said
her.
he
She brings
really
money into the house.
he's willing to do what he need to do.
Well,
I
guys,
don't know, because I don't know.
we
them.
gonna close down low talk and let's get to the games.
All right, game time.
It's game time, everybody. Okay, here at the Gossup, we do a segment called Game Time where we normally have the crushing paddles and the bombing paddles, but today
All right, okay.
we are doing it a little bit different. So I am going to be asking a series of multiple choice questions, and the ladies, and we're asking you guys to choose what you think would be the correct answer, right? So we're doing A, B, and C, and we want you guys to do. Well, you know what? We're gonna do 1, 2, and 3 too. We're gonna together. We're going to do answers by 1, 2, and 3, because we're connecting with each other.
That's right.
So first question of this story time, right? What did this storyteller say? I went out on a date and 1, my date brought me a new car.
Uh-oh, come through date.
2, I threw up in my date's car. Or 3, my date brought his 9-month-old kid to the date. So it's either 1, put up a 1 if you think that it's the date bought a car, a 2 if you threw up in the car, or a 3 if the date brought his 9-month-old son.
3.
I'm gonna go with 3 too. It's just
All right. Well, the ladies is going with 3. So let's see.
Tales of
All
a
right,
single
y'all,
girl
today
dating.
I had this date with this guy, and it was our first date, and we decided to go to the Piedmont Park to work out together because he's into fitness too. So we working out, we having a good time. We decide to go get smoothies right after, and ladies just always stick to what you know, especially on a first date. So we drinking our smoothies, walking back to our cars, and he was like, "Let me drive you to yours." So when we get to his car, it's a Tesla. It's real nice. I'm like, "Ooh, this car nice." We get inside. I'm like, "It's clean in here, smell good, not dusty," because some of y'all niggas be having dusty cars. And I'm just like, this is a really nice car. He's driving me to my car. Y'all, why do we get to my car? And out of nowhere, randomly, I just started throwing up in this man's car. All in this man's Tesla. I'm trying to catch the throw up. I'm trying to get out the car. I don't know how to open the door. I got throw up on my face. He trying to help me. We in the middle of the street.
Might be because she was missing eyelashes or something. She might be sick.
So both of you guys were not correct. What's going on with you ladies?
I know. I should have.
Yeah, I was hoping it was 3. I wanted
Yeah.
to hear that type
Well,
of story.
I think because they worked out and maybe
That
her
smoothie.
stomach and that smoothie,
probably
and
just
her
did it.
stomach was just, woo. And sometimes, hey, you got to do what you got to do. But
she knows, so she must don't drink smoothies. She's not used to that.
yeah.
Maybe.
Oh, maybe she was being nice and trying
Trying
to.
something new, and she's not used to real fruit or something. I don't know.
And it
Yeah.
went right.
Telling by those eyelashes.
She would not let that lash
She
go.
gonna get in trouble. She gonna get in trouble.
I know. And then it looked like she trying to push something in place. No, it ain't nothing. It's
She
gone.
gonna get in trouble.
It's gone. You can't push nothing in place and go.
Next question. Story time here. Okay. In this story, what did the storyteller say? I didn't break up with my girlfriend. 1, when I found out she was dating her I was dating her twin sisters. So that means that he was going out,
twin sister.
and from time to time they would switch the twin sisters. Or 2, when I found out that she was a porn star. Or 3, when I found out she had 10 children. Was it 1, 2, or 3? Put up a 1, 2, or 3. So Tammy thinks that she was a porn star. Charlisa?
The juiciness in me wants it to be. I think it's more simpler. Yeah, I think it's the porn star. I think it's simple with that, but I would love for it to be
A? No, I mean 1.
I think 1. Yeah, but I think they,
Which one?
I'm going with 2.
Okay, so both of them is going with
We
2.
in agreement.
Here we go.
Oh, look at that.
The truth is, I did not break up with my girlfriend when I found out she was a porn star. I was too invested, and Jessie was just such a sweetheart. So one day she had to shoot a scene, and she was like, babe, the cameraman just canceled. Can you be the cameraman for the scene? I said, babe, that's a lot. I really don't want to see another guy having sex with you. I don't know if I can take that in person. She said, relax, it's just business. I said, okay, I'll do it. So I'm recording what's going on, and this guy is just ramming the hell out of my girl. And I said, cut, cut, cut. She said, babe, you can't yell cut. You're just holding the camera. You're not the director. I said, if I'm holding the camera, I'm the director. Okay? And let's get some things straight. This guy's clearly has surgery down there. He only needs to use half of what he's working with. I got to go behind him. Don't forget that. He said, babe, calm down. Okay, I'm getting paid $4,000 to do this. I'll give you $2,000. Just relax. I said, $2,000? He said, $2,000. When I tell you I turned into the director of the year.
So both of you guys were right. He said he turned into the director of the year. So the correct answer was 2, when he found out that his date was a porn star. Wow. Ding, 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 ding.
I know, and then
So-
you got the video camera. He said he just ran. I've been like, look, you come and get this camera, and I'm finna take your spot, cause that's mine. You take it. We would have had to change roles. Nigga, get over here.
Tammy is a trip.
Telling you, partner, this is no, nigga, we ain't finna do this. You ain't finna be messing up my goods like that.
Oh my
I wanted near about the same size as it was when I left the last time. Not you stretching my stuff out. He was on there stretching the stuff out.
Oh my goodness. I don't know if we can do this in a reel. Oh my God. Oh my God. Next question in this story time. Tell me what the storyteller said. I found out the guy I went out on a date with was dirty. Because he started spreading rumors about me when they went out on the date. So he started kind of like spreading rumors about the date that they went out on. Or because she found out that he was married. So he was dirty because he didn't tell her that he was married. Or because of his bad hygiene. He was dirty because of bad hygiene. So which is it? Give me a 1, put up a 1, put up a 2, or put up a 3.
I'm put up 3.
I'm going with 2 this time.
So
But
then,
it's probably 2.
so then Charlisa is saying because he had bad hygiene, and then Tammy is saying 2 because she found out that her date was married.
Right, cause these niggas dirty like that these
They
days.
are. I'm gonna tell my story.
Well, let's find out what our storyteller have to say about that.
Story time about how I discovered the guy that I just started dating well, was dating. We're not dating anymore. I had to cut ties with him after this situation. After I found out he was dirty, like very, very dirty. And it's crazy because we had only been talking for about a month. And we had gone on, I'll probably say like 3 dates prior to this last specific date, to where I decided that it's just going to be over with, is done. This particular date, I ended up going to his house because we were going to ride in his car and we were going to go downtown to watch the cars race and all that. And I pulled up to his house and my tire light came on. So I'm like, oh, hey, can you put air in my tire? And he was like, yeah, I'm about to hop in and we could just go to the gas station down the street from his house. So he gets in the car and we go to the gas station. We went to 2 gas stations. Both the gas stations the air pump thing was out. So I just had drove back to his house. I was kind of annoyed by that, but I'm like, all right, let's just handle it when we come back from downtown. So he ends up getting out of the car first. And I just happened to just look over. I'm looking over like this. And as he's getting out, not only do I see his butt crack, but it's a lot of boo-boo in there. And it's hairy. And I'm like, I know my eyes are not playing tricks on me. Because he kind of like, he's not big. He's like in between small and medium size. So he like a small, medium teddy bear. And I usually date guys who are like kind of fit, who are actively like in the gym like pretty regularly. But this guy, he doesn't really go to the gym like that, but he has a cool personality. Like, he's cool. So he gets out of the car and I just see, I seen half of his butt crack, but it was a lot of poop like on his butt crack and there was hair over there. Like, there's a lot of hair in there. So I'm looking, I'm like, I know I'm not tripping. I know my eyes didn't just see this. Like, so I'm like, okay, let me check again. Let me see if I seen what I seen. So I get out of the car and I get inside of his car. And, we driving downtown and stuff like that. So now I'm already thrown off. I'm already turned off. I already don't want to be here. But I just want to make sure I really seen what I seen for real before I like really cut him off for real. So we in his car. We gets downtown. We gets to the parking. And I'm like, all right, I'm about to let him get off the car again. Because at this point, he's driving. I'm in the passenger seat. So I'm slowly gathering up my purse and all that stuff, even though I really didn't have much for real. But I'm just moving extra slow. So I look over and he gets out of the car again. And I'd seen it again. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Well.
trying to stay
Charlisa
moistened.
was right.
He was trying to
Because
stay moist.
of his hygiene. Now that was a deep one.
Moist. That was dried up.
Like, I'm trying to be moistened.
He was dried up. That was stank. That was stuck.
Now, if you guys were on a date with somebody
Girl.
and they turned around and was getting out of the car and bent over and you seen a little crack, butt crack that is,
But a lot of
but
sheets.
in between the butt crack you saw
whole
a
bunch
little
of
boo-boo.
sheets.
What would y'all do? Would you continue on with the date, or would you make an excuse and say,
I don't know. That mean, I mean, that's dirty. That means he probably just dirty. I mean,
He was wiping his
wonder,
booty real
it
fast.
seemed like it should smell like sheets in that car.
It would be stank. Like, when he got out, you would be like,
you seem like you
right
should
off
smell
the
that.
bat. Or when he sat in the car, you would have smelled the air. Yeah, girl,
Who would have
no.
thought of that? Just
No.
well,
let
we
me
want to
tell
hear
a
from you
story.
guys. What do y'all think? Now, if y'all, because see, these ladies, they think they high class, but anyway,
I mean,
I'm just saying,
I
would
don't
you-
consider myself
Would've
being
been
high
clutching my
class,
pearls.
but I don't see myself that low.
I would have been like, you nasty ninja.
I be like, nigga, do you wash your ass?
maybe he white, but he on his way, he was so excited.
And he just smeared it up.
Yeah.
He just
Yeah,
Or
it's
it
like he
came
smeared it
out,
all the
or
way up
maybe
the
some more
back.
came out.
He was
I don't
like
know.
real fast.
What
He
y'all
didn't
think?
just.
He
He needed a
some
wet wipe.
depends.
He needed some wet wipes.
Well, we would like to hear from you guys, even in the replay. What would you guys do if you guys were on a date and you was with somebody who had bad hygiene?
tell you
What would you do? Would you stay? Would you play? Or would you do the nay-nay?
You know, hygiene is everything to me when I'm dating someone. I mean, that's when I'm first meeting someone anyway. The first thing, and especially your oral hygiene, is very important to me. So I'm looking at your mouth
I'm a
right
mouth
off.
person too.
Yes,
I do that too.
your mouth, right off the bat, and
Well,
so I
that
have-
was his butt. It wasn't his
No,
mouth.
but I'm just saying. I mean, if that ain't right, then oftentimes the other stuff ain't gonna be right. You know, but I have to just real quick story. I'm gonna make it real quick because it is hilarious. If you have been one of my girlfriends for any given time, most of the time they know this story, but someone who I dated back in the day when I was younger, a young adult. Anyway, he was at my home, and you know, we had did some things or whatever, and so he had went and used the bathroom, and I was just watching TV, and he comes out of the bathroom, he ain't had no clothes on, and he went to go get something in front of the TV, and he bent over, and I'm looking at the TV because he bent over right in front of the TV. And he bent over, there was still toilet paper. Girl, so when I heard this story, it just made me think of that. There was still toilet paper in his tail. And I remember, like, he was so hurt because I busted out like, ah! I screamed so loud. And I was hollering, laughing, like, you still got toilet paper in your butt.
He must have a tight butt.
He was so embarrassed, and it was funny because it was like little pieces of toilet paper. And I just remember he was so embarrassed. And I think that was really the downfall of our relationship. Because he was so embarrassed. But anyway, that made me think of that right off the bat. Like, girl, I mean, he was wiping. He was probably over wiping, but hilarious. I'm telling
Well, at
you,
least
that
he
is
had that
nasty.
stuck on him still.
Trifling.
Well, we want to say to our viewers that if you ever have to use the restroom, or if you have encountered someone who have had to use the restroom, hopefully, you know, from this story, you would take a little water or something with you and kind of wipe it with a towel, and you know,
Get you
kind
a
of.
bidet like
Yeah.
me. I got a bidet.
Oh,
that
she
works.
got a bidet.
That
Okay,
works.
girl.
That's right.
They
Spray
got
them.
portable bidets now.
Yeah,
that you can
they do.
travel, take it everywhere with you.
Now, who gonna be walking with a toilet?
No, they got little
I
portable
seen it.
bidets. There are.
I think
I have a little
that's Beyonce.
travel one. You
What?
can take everywhere with
Oh,
you.
my
And
goodness.
you hook it up on the back
Oh,
of the toilet.
okay. It's
and
a
it
little
works.
unit.
It's just a little tiny
Okay,
unit. They got
okay.
all kind. They're portable little tiny
Awesome.
units that are
I
awesome.
think Beyonce takes one on a toilet with her. I mean, toilet seat or whatever with her on all the trips. I think they.
Well, hey,
Or
she
you
could
can
she
pick
could
places
actually
with
travel
only
with
bidets, yeah.
bidets, and she could
Have
actually
it
pay for
installed.
somebody to wipe her tail. You know, hey, we talking about.
I'm looking for a butt wiper.
Well, ladies,
I don't.
I'm just saying, if you guys are crushing, we are too. Take a listen to this.
Calling all lovers in disguise. Do you have a secret crush? Have you been holding on to that juicy little secret that you're dying to spill? Whether it's your best friend, coworker, or someone totally unexpected, if you're bold enough to dare to be different, we want your story. Come reveal your crush on the Gossup podcast. Let the world hear your heart, and who knows, maybe love will find you on air. Slide into our DMs or email us at info@thegossup.com.
Well, well, well. Oh my goodness. This was fun.
Can you wash my hands?
You know, thank you guys for watching. Charlisa's back. In full effect. As you can see.
Yes,
We are so happy that you guys have chosen to join us. Thank you for being there for the replay. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Gossup. We would love to hear from you guys. We'll see you soon. Stay up with the Gossup. That's right. And that's it for today's episode of the Gossup. If today's conversations got you thinking, drop a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn those notifications on so that you won't miss an episode. Until next time, stay up with the Gossup.